Is this thing on?
Hi there, ho there, how'd you go there, and welcome to UCR Live this week, don't ya know? I don't know what's happening in my brain. That's right, we are back for another week, ladies and gentlemen. We have with us today the lovely Brooke, the ever vivacious Vera, and the mysterious Studio. Studio is mysterious. So mysterious. So as always, I am Steve. Sorry, because Jeffrey likes to yell at me when I don't say my own name, but I am Steve. Steven. But Brooke, we missed you last week, babe. How was your travels back to the land down under?
It was rough, and I think I'm still suffering a little bit, to be honest. I've been back just over a week, so I'm exhausted. I haven't stopped yet, readjusting 4 children, work, everything. It's a lot, but loved it. Hope to be back soon.
Yeah, it's always those last couple of hours on the plane. We flew during the day. I was just
genuinely thought I had an aneurysm.
Oh dear!
It can't still be this time. I'm like 10 hours.
It's
9 hours. 9 hours.
You were on the plane for like 100 years, right?
Yeah, felt like it.
Her, she was.
180. Yeah.
She was. I was just about. We just. Well, ours. See, I don't know how this happens, right? So the quoted flight time was 10 hours and 50 minutes, and we did it in 10 hours and 11 minutes.
Depends on the
pilot was obviously speeding.
Did we hit the jet stream and just went flying?
Yeah, if you hit a tailwind that just gives you that extra few minutes.
I've been on
cross country flights that have come in like 25 and 30 minutes early.
Maybe
the pilots didn't stop, revive, survive.
The only problem was it took about 7 years to get off the plane in Sydney. It was the longest experience of the whole trip.
Vera, are you jealous that Chris went all the way to Sydney to pick him up?
Yeah,
I am.
Chris actually saved my bacon.
Chris is the hero in every story.
He is. Well, he likes to think. He likes to think so, anyway.
How far away is Sydney from where you live?
Hour and a half, 40 minutes or so.
Oh, that's a hero.
Did you give him roadhead?
Oh my God, he threatened to, and I told him to shut up. Or I was going to
I offered money, I offered everything. He just wouldn't take anything from me. So I was like, right, yeah. I was like, whatever.
Jeffrey.
I'm a classy broad. I don't kiss and tell.
3 minutes in.
I know, right?
It's not on this show anyway.
You're gonna be kicked off Facebook again.
It usually takes Katrina A. Johnson to bring out the hoe in me.
I'm measuring sub rolls. You know what I mean? Like
I saw it. I love an onion roll though, Jeffrey. Oh, I'm like gonna get on a plane for an onion roll. Come down.
It was 13 inches.
Week 2, 3, week 2.
Jeffrey, how's your life?
I've had so many people come in and visit now. Kelly got me this great. I don't know where it is. This great massager. It pounds on you. It's really intense, but it's great. It's really helped. It's been fun. I'm gonna miss it. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, I didn't know you still own drugs." I'm like, I don't. It's interesting how people get confused. I'm like, yeah. That's how I got the lake house, right? It's been a lot of fun. And then, the old crew of all the Drex folks are like, "Welcome back." So it's been a good time. It's been a good time. It's a lot of work. Homeschooling while you're slicing lettuce and turkey and salami and pepperoni is a little bit of a challenge. The only thing I will not slice is the roast beef because it reminds me of vagina. It's very bloody. Okay. I won't do it.
Okay. That's a weird flex.
I make the lesbian do it. I ain't having fun with it.
It's more suited
I
to the.
don't know what vagina you've seen in your lifetime, but I
You know the
honestly
ones with the big lips. I just can't. I can't. That one time she smacked me in the face with her lip. I was just so horrified.
Just so horrible. Much like anyone who's watching this. How are you,
I know,
Vera?
right?
Pull us out of the doldrums, Vera.
Oh my god, it's been a pretty mixed week. My clinic lost a parking lot this week because the
I saw
hospital
that.
kicked us out. Oh my fucking god!
Why is it
I
all
had to walk
fenced
to work.
off?
It's been awful, huh?
Why is it all fenced off?
That's where they're putting the new cancer center that they're
What?
building with the American Rescue money from Joe Biden.
Oh.
Yeah.
So Joe took away your parking space.
Joe took my parking spot, and I still love him.
Oh, Joe. Well, Joe don't like to walk either because it's tiring.
So
So I
where are you
understand.
supposed to park?
Right now I'm parking at my house and
And
walking
walking.
to work.
Oh.
It's fitness.
I know,
It's
right?
nice. It's
I would
fitness.
call an Uber.
Well, we'll see.
That's
mean,
like 3 blocks.
I know, Jeffrey.
Don't rub it in. Don't rub the salt in the wound.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
No,
I mean-
seriously, where's everybody supposed to park? That's a huge parking
They're
lot.
parking all up and down. They're all parking on the street.
So
County
they
says they're
decided
working.
to take this parking lot away with no solution.
It was a gentleman's agreement. Actually, our clinic and the hospital used to be very closely affiliated. And then they kind of went separate ways. They moved their part of the clinic, their inpatient part, to their building, their hospital building. They used to have their inpatient right in our building. But they had a gentleman's agreement where we had 20 spots in that parking lot because it was always 20 spots from the time we all shared the same building. And then they just decided, yeah, there's nothing in writing. We don't owe them this. So bye, figure it out. And the county ledge has had since May to figure it out. And all of a sudden, November 1st, and they're like, oh, did somebody get that email? I was like, yeah, we all got it, but they didn't do anything until we already got kicked out.
Well, where's all the hospital employees parking?
Well, the hospital has 3 other lots. We're not
Right, but-
invited to park in any of those lots.
But that one was always full too.
I don't know. They built a quick little lot behind FLCC.
I'm glad that we've become an Auburn town planning podcast.
I said, fuck off.
If anyone wants to know what's happening in our hometown, you know.
Well,
that's what's
that
happening.
was a big issue this week, and also this week also was.
I'm worried
dominated
about
by
Vera
an
having to
election.
walk in the snow.
The snow is the part that's freaking me out. Not to mention, I go to my mother's on my lunch hour. I go to my mother's after work. It's like I gotta walk home, get my car, go to my
Well,
mother's, go back to my
maybe
house, drop off
you
my
could-
car, go to work.
I would suggest you start a valet service. Start a side business. You hire some
Valet people.
boys. Yeah, and get the valet dudes to go park the cars.
So that could have
I'm
been
ready
the
to just-
perfect reason to keep this. We could have been the Australian valets.
I know, right?
G'day.
Can you
G'day.
tell me how to drive in America?
Yeah, I wouldn't drive. I'll be the
I
call
would.
center. I'll be the call center.
It's
Oh,
not
yes.
hard.
Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. 3 bags full, ma'am. All right. Should we begin to discuss the week that was?
Sure.
Yes, we can do
Diving
that.
in. Here we
Why,
go,
did something
folks.
happen?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hot load of hot topics.
So
That
as
seems
Jeffrey
very
alluded to,
fast.
I know we can never trust it. Sometimes it's premature, sometimes it's silent. You just don't know what's going to happen when Katrina's around. So, as of our going to air, this is where we are standing at the moment.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think the numbers moved a little bit.
Moved
I do
slightly, of
think-
course they did.
Yes. It's now 48, 49. The Republicans have picked up another seat in the Senate. and I believe it's 214 to 222 in the House.
But not a runaway.
Oh,
victory
no.
Which is very interesting.
Why was Luke telling me that it was going to be a red wave?
Because do you know why? Because Luke has spent the week, the 4 days in Hawaii. Every time I went to his room, Fox News was on.
Oh my God!
I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, you're one of those now.
Debs are going down. He was telling me all that. I was like, oh God! It was a very scary election. If in fact it went the way the Republicans were predicting and many Democrats were fearing, we would be on our way to a autocratic fascist state. But I gotta say, it didn't turn out that way. Stephen wanted us to broadcast live Tuesday night. It's like, we're not going to have any answers Tuesday night, and I'm too scared to even talk about it.
But we will have answers next Tuesday.
We will have some answers, not till December 6th.
I like some answers. Some answers we can do.
So we'll see you next Tuesday then, Vera.
Yeah.
Do you know what is the most concerning thing is that slavery was actually on some of the ballots in 4 states.
Yeah.
And it actually won in Louisiana.
Huge surprise.
It wasn't slavery. It was the Jim Crow laws. The post-slavery Jim Crow laws.
But what in the actual fuck?
No shit, Jeffrey. You know what blows my mind is that in the
White
5
people?
states where, in the 5 states where abortion was on the ballot, women turned out in droves to protect abortion rights, and still in Kentucky voted for the old white men that were trying to take away those rights.
Georgia, 72% of white women voted for the asshole.
72% of married white women. And single women, 37 points up for the Democrats. Single women.
And you wonder why women of color do not trust white women.
I don't wonder.
They don't show up. They don't show up.
They do show up. They show up to vote as their husbands tell them.
Mm-hmm.
They want to ensure that their husbands remain part of the supremacy.
Well, and this is part of the thing, right? Some friends, it's a very sticky thing when you have families that have mixed political views. And especially in today's world, where if you have a woman in your family, abortion obviously is going to affect them. If you have somebody who's gay in your family, that's going to affect them. And if you're putting money and gas prices over somebody's freedoms, then you really don't care about them. That's what you're telling them.
Oh, yeah.
You don't care about somebody else's rights because it doesn't affect you. And the gas prices that Trump forced production to be cut
during the
Trump did that.
Yeah, Trump did that, not Biden. I agree with you. I'm there.
Forced production to be halted and cut down to save the oil industry was more important.
And to be fair, Putin's decision to invade the Ukraine took a whole lot of oil off the market because Russia was becoming a very big oil producing nation.
Oh, but that's Biden's fault, don't you know?
But it is very funny to notice that one of the biggest losers is pretty much anyone that Donald Trump had to touch.
Yeah.
Oh, and the girls are fine. He is so mad at Ron DeSantis.
He is not a happy boy, is he?
And McCarthy, McConnell, Paul Ryan, they're all fucking scrapping. Everybody's trying to get rid of them. The GOP is going to rip itself apart. This is going to be the best 2 years of my life.
And look, if only for Marjorie. Marjorie doesn't know which way's up.
They're not going to.
Marjorie couldn't fight her way out of a paper bag. That girl's bad news.
Jeffrey's best. You were sad about Donald Trump not being president anymore. But Marjorie is your new girl.
And she got the fact that she got reelected is so
Hey, Safet.
Gerrymandering.
It's so disgusting to me that she was reelected, and it makes me wonder where everybody was in Georgia. That she
Well-
could
Fucking her
possibly
husband.
fucking get reelected again, knowing
The
the shit
problem-
that's come out of this bitch's mouth. And I mean, I'm happy in the sense that sure, great, it's great for TikTok, big fucking deal. But this broad is genuinely fucking insane. Insane. Whether she believes this shit or not, I don't know. I don't know her. And whether she's just saying it for
Shock value.
shock, you know what I mean, and to get the base riled up, and because she knows, like, oh, these are my, this is what these people want to hear. Maybe she is. I don't know. Sometimes you really got to wonder, like, could these people really actually believe the bullshit they're saying?
I think some of them do. I think there's genuinely an undereducated part of the electorate that believes,
Lauren.
that genuinely believes that that Republicans are eating babies, and there's a Hollywood cabal of vampires. You know what? That crazy QAnon shit. They believe it.
Listen, dear Marjorie, if somebody told me that if I ate baby umbilical cords or aborted babies and it would keep me younger and thinner, bitch, sign me up, okay? I don't care. Feed me the aborted babies.
She would be the first person to kill a baby for popularity and attention.
No.
This bitch, I'm like, oh my god!
How on God's green
Peacock
fucking
said
earth?
Netflix. They were like, hold my purse. We got this. I'm like, yo, somebody better get the duct tape and stickers ready.
Yeah. So for those of you that haven't heard, Casey Anthony, Where the Truth Lies, a 3-part limited series, will premiere on Peacock on November 29th. After 11 years, Casey Anthony breaks her silence for the first time on camera. To say what?
I was going to say, does anybody really care what this woman has to say? Does anybody really think she's going to step up and tell us?
Oh, they will.
Truth?
They'll tune in droves.
I don't think she's. I don't know, but I'm curious to see what she has to say. Only because we followed the case so closely on the original show, and the prosecutor sending the book and everything. And he fucked that case up so goddamn badly, and I hope he's in this. I hope they interviewed him because he really he's the idiot in this thing. That prosecutor, he fucked this case up. He did it. But I do also still have a problem. There wasn't a ton of physical evidence in this case. It was a lot of circumstantial evidence, and at the end of the day,
there was DNA in the trunk of her car.
Well, it wasn't. He fucked it up. Like it was the handling with the police.
There was DNA in the trunk of her car.
The major reason that this case was a problem is that the police department weren't smart enough to know that there are different search engines available on the internet. So, if it's not Firefox, we don't know what's going on. But if the evidence is this woman killed her child, I don't care what anyone says. She killed her and she got away with it.
Her father turned her in.
I don't know what there is to
discuss. What parent would turn in their child if they were innocent?
The defense, they really threw him under the bus.
Oh yeah, didn't he rape her and rape the brother and rape everyone? He's just raping everyone.
And that it was nuts.
Why is that always the excuse for murder, like the defense for murder, though?
Yeah, I've got mummy and daddy issues. I'm sorry, I killed someone.
Look at the Menendez brothers. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was, abused by my parents, so we fucking killed them. They just wanted money, you little cunt. Like, get with it. Get with the program.
But you don't think that there's ever a case where, like, you were abused so much that you snapped and killed your abuser?
Yeah, but not.
Yeah.
She didn't kill her abuser. She killed her own child.
Well, you're right. I wasn't obviously talking about
Yeah,
that
like,
case scenario,
that's
but
what
you
I'm
were
talking
like the
about. Like,
Menendez.
but for them to dress up
Well,
her
there's a case
alleged
right
abuse as a
now in
reason for her
Iowa.
killing her own child. What's
I
that?
mean, to put stickers on the duct tape was
Right.
fucking horrific.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. She's a monster.
But
But America loves a monster.
again, it also goes back to me, the mental health of this broad. Something seriously fucked up in her head, right?
She probably
Of
never should have had a
course.
child to
A
begin with. Let's
sane
be honest.
person does not, whether the child, whether it was an accident or not, we'll never know, right? It's unknowable. It is unknowable. To put duct tape over.
Well,
a kid's
somebody
mouth-
knows. She knows.
Right, but for the rest of us on the planet, it's going to be
Yeah.
unknowable. And to put stickers on the duct tape, that's not somebody in a right frame of mind. It's not. And I don't understand why people like this, we're not studying what's going on in their head. What's going
Oh,
on
I'm
in their
sure
brain.
somebody's studying her somewhere.
They need to
I'm
be.
sure there's a med
Apparently, a lot
student
of the
making case
apparently a lot
studies.
of the locals study Casey. If you haven't heard, she's quite
Mhm.
popular at the bars.
Now I'm going to bet that there are medical students all across this country who study Casey. I'm going to bet that they make a point of trying to figure this shit out. I mean, it is again unknowable. She does know the answer. She's probably not going to share it,
Mm-mm.
but I'm sure that there
Well,
are.
she can't.
Well, yeah.
It's not like she can get on the documentary and be like, "Yes, I killed my child."
Thanks for the money.
Yeah.
Imagine.
It's like,
oh, by the way.
but then again,
but
OJ, if I did it, this is how I did it. Or
yeah,
I would've
see,
done
look at
it.
that fucker. He's still out being a
Yeah.
goal. Is he? Wait, is he arrested at the moment? We never can be
He's
sure.
out. He's definitely out. But he didn't go to prison for the murder. He went to
Right.
prison for stealing the
Memorabilia.
memorabilia. Yeah.
His own memorabilia that he had to pawn off because he's a millionaire.
Ugh.
It's
very
But
insane.
America does love a monster. And
America
everyone's
does love a
got an
monster.
opinion.
And
Everyone.
even if you are a monster, they'll
Jeffrey
make a
Dahmer.
monster out of you. They'll make So while we're talking
Jeffrey
about Jeffrey
Dahmer
Dahmer,
was a master.
Jeffrey Dahmer, there is no argument that Jeffrey
Yeah.
Dahmer is a monster. But Netflix have seen the gold and the cash signs are rolling around. Monster has been renewed for 2 more seasons
Jesus.
on
Okay.
Netflix.
Didn't it end with him dead?
It will be It will be different serial killers. It's
Oh,
going to be Gacy
okay.
next because Gacy was
Okay.
in Dharma.
Yeah.
So it'll be Gacy next, and then
I
someone
bet
else.
Manson. I'm willing to bet
There's
it's
just
Manson.
Manson.
I'm willing to bet
Either
it's
that
Charles
or
He's been
Ramirez.
done to death, though.
Either that or Richard Ramirez.
Well,
the
Manson
Night
never
Stalker.
actually killed anybody. He actually just talked other people into killing.
Look at this.
I'd like to beg to differ on that, Vera, but
Yeah.
you know.
The best part of the morning is waking up with Abigail Folger stabbed to death in your cup. The American
cup.
dream, right? The American dream. But the American dream will make monsters of us all, especially if you're a pop star this week. Oh my god, it's been
Uh-oh.
been a
It's been a
bad
rough
week.
Yeah, I
It's been a
know.
bad week for the pop stars of the 90s. We'll go first to our main girl, Britney.
Oh,
Brittany looks a
Has-
little unwell in that red
Yeah.
picture.
Britney,
Her
Britney's got
eyes
them.
look a little.
Britney got them crazy eyes.
I think
Yeah.
it's just a bad angle, bad
Pretty good.
lighting, bad makeup.
But she loves that dark eye. Like, if she didn't have a dark eye, I think she'd look half normal. But she has revealed this week that she's suffering from extensive nerve pain down the entire right side of her body.
Mhm.
Ugh.
That's intense. Like,
That
she's
is
like,
intense.
it feels like I'm on fire. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
wow, okay. We will never know what this poor woman has been through. And now that she can say whatever, and she is saying
Did
whatever.
anybody read the profile on her father that just came out?
Oh no, where was it?
Holy shit! It was right. It was like right off of that article about her nerve pain,
Oh,
and
I
it was
missed
about
it.
his whole life and his father and the
Oh, he's
stepmothers.
trash.
Holy
He's trash.
shit!
Yeah.
Woo!
But
crazy.
this is what I'm saying, and it's going to lead into the conversation of the next person. These families, and happened a lot in the 90s. They had this golden child that was, the ticket out, the big money winner. And Brittany was that for her family, and then they tried it again with Jamie Lynn to, controversial ends. But I'm sure when the documentaries come out, we'll find out more about what's going on there. But if you don't know about Jamie Lynn Spears, Google the end of Zoe 101 and we'll talk about it. That's it. But the biggest news in the last week in the entertainment world was not unexpected, but still shocking and a little bit sad. Aaron Carter, little brother of Backstreet Boys Nick Carter, died. 34 years of age, in his bathtub. It seems to be the place to go.
For your overdose?
For your overdose.
Well, they found what was it, like compressed air and a bunch of other stuff. Oh, it's a little bit.
Well, see, this is, if you're on TikTok, the conspiracy theories are running wild. He's been bumped off because he knows too much.
My God,
about what?
Just sit the fuck down.
Good.
About his brother being a rapist and the Lou Pearlman stuff and all the record labels trying to cover it all up. But if you look back,
had been saying a lot of stuff about Lou Pearlman.
He'd been saying that.
He
did
did
been saying
not
that for
look
years.
that good at the end. He looked strung out.
Oh yeah.
And strung out is gonna make you crazy.
Yeah. For me, I think we all need to just flash back for a minute, and it's been all over TikTok. And remember when in the late 2000s, because they're very late to the party, the Carters had a reality show. And that is enough.
Like, wow.
That is enough to show you why they are the way they are. It's exactly the same as Brittany. Nick was the golden child and he was the ticket out, and then Nick decided not to play the game with Mother, and it all turned. Then his sister released music and his brother released music and and then Nick made up the Lou Pearlman stuff because he was jealous of Aaron.
Yeah.
It's just like, of what? Like,
and didn't the sister die prematurely as well?
Yeah, she died of drug overdose, didn't she?
Yeah.
Like, read the room, people. Like, it's not. And this is all mental health stuff, as Jeff always says. This is big mental health stuff that never got resolved when it should have been, because everyone's looking for the dollar.
Have mental health stuff. He
was a drug addict.
We talked on Twitter. I used to get on his lives. He would tell me to be nice. It was very weird. But he would have fans buying shirts. He was accused of stealing people's drawings and then putting them on merchandise, and then he never sent the merchandise out. And there was all these things of him lying and people calling him out, and he blocked them. And I mean, it was pretty fucking intense to kind of watch the drama that went on around this kid on social media. And it was just sad, and then him and his mother I don't know, it's a couple of years now, did whatever show on like VH1, MTV, one of those, like some family bullshit. Steve, you're muted.
One of those, yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
I think it was VH1.
Yeah, it wasn't even that, their relationship wasn't good, and it was just sad and his lives just kept getting a little more scary. Then he got with the one chick, he started doing the porn stuff, and it just wasn't good. He'd sit on live.
But isn't that like the classic downfall story? It's almost a trope at this point, you know?
Yeah, and the sad thing is you can't help somebody who doesn't want to get help, and he unfortunately didn't
That's right. As I said, that they love you when you're on top, but they love it even more when you're going the way down.
It's a fact.
And I mean,
SmackDown, really? Hey,
when
Yes,
his
they
fans
were.
when his fans brought up to him, like, can we get you help? Can we try to help you? He would block them. He'd cut them off. He did
because
not
you
want to.
want to hear it.
No, he really didn't. So, I mean, people did try to reach out to him, but if you said something, he cut you off.
Yeah, you're gone. Which I can totally imagine is the case with Kanye West.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? You
Happens
can't.
to a
You
lot of
can't.
people who have
Another one on
problems.
a bad spiral.
Mm-hmm.
At least he's on his month of no speaking. So
Oh,
there hasn't
please,
been,
God.
there hasn't been. We can hope, please, Kanye, just stay quiet for the month. But for all of their drama, Nick Carter did take to social media and share a very heartfelt message that read this: "My heart has been broken today. Even though my brother and I have had a complicated relationship, my love for him has never faded. I've always held on to the hope that he would someday want to walk a healthy path and eventually find help that he so desperately needed. Sometimes we want to blame someone or something for a loss, but the truth is that addiction and mental illness are the real villains here. I will miss my brother more than anyone will know. I love you, cheers. Now you get a chance to finally have some peace you could never find here on earth. God, please take care of my baby brother."
Oh, that's sweet.
That's sweet. I know. I'm about to get a little teary.
That was-
I'm
yeah.
doing the girl thing too, Vera. It's okay.
He very famously had a restraining order against
I think
Aaron.
Aaron would have hated that.
Aaron would have hated it, but he was their relationship was not good at all at the end.
No.
No. And Nick has been and is still did not take any time off from the Backstreet Boys tour. He was on stage the night after. Some very actually sad, touching footage of the concerts. He held it together though, very professional. But I guess what's the alternative? What's the alternative you
Well,
saw?
I mean, that member of your family was not in your life recently.
Yeah.
You know,
But they all that's the thing. They all knew the whole group was visibly upset because obviously they'd known Aaron for his entire life, really. So it's a big kick. Even Hilary Duff got in and had her 2 cents because they were dating back in the day.
they were an item. I remember.
And she said, "My teenage self loved you so hard and will miss you forever." So it's nice. It's nice that that there's still love out there for him. I guess that what we can say is rest in peace. Like, you had a struggle here, boy, and you deserve to at least rest in peace. Someone who knows no peace is the Queen of Pop, Madonna.
Oh my
She
god.
looks like she's in the middle of something bad.
A rabbit?
Oh dear. Madonna, our dear Madonna, is at it again on social media. Is anyone surprised? She is courting controversy even today, even as late as today. There are people complaining because on a live she drank out of a dog bowl and squatted over a bottle of sriracha.
Oh, that's not
What?
all? You didn't hear the other thing?
Oh,
And
the
then-
bitch is just trying to be relevant.
Oh, that's that. What's the other thing, Jeff?
Failing.
What'd she do now?
And failing.
Apparently, homegirl, I'm going to say allegedly, I was on a live with Perez a little earlier today on TikTok. Homegirl was doing poppers.
Oh yeah, that was last week, Jeff. That was last week.
Oh.
She did poppers live on Instagram. That's
Illegal.
illegal.
Anybody
And that's
else
what
did
people-
that, they'd have been
That's what
banned.
people have been saying. If anyone else in the world was doing poppers live on Instagram, and you can tell she hadn't done it before because she blew her little mind. She was like, I was like, whoa, that's too much. That's allegedly.
Allegedly.
Was it Rush?
It looked like it. There was no label on the bottle. She'd pulled it off. But she
Not
just
that I've
not-
ever
she-
done that.
Yeah, no one here knows.
Allegedly.
Oh,
No
that's
one
a
here knows what.
hangover.
Yeah, where is it? Where is it? We haven't had to put it up for a while, but yeah, very. She's just. I don't know if she's just literally reached the fucks to give ceiling, and she's just doing whatever. But people
Somebody
are saying
let her
this
off
is
the leash.
this is tarnishing her legacy and da 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 da. I'm like, mate,
She
have you
looks
not been
bad.
paying attention? Yeah, she does.
Like, go release some fucking 80s and 90s music. You know what I mean? Like, go back to that. Go release some fucking power songs, bitch. Like, go do some fun music. Like, that would be fun. I would like that.
But is it a coincidence, as I said in the article, is it a coincidence that there is bookings for stadiums for Madonna in 2023 and she's causing all this drama on Instagram? Like, there are tentative bookings for Madonna all over the world next year.
You can't blame her for
She's
being
playing
a
the
smart
game.
businesswoman.
You know, the woman has never been a dumb businesswoman.
No.
You
She's
know,
not
this
worth
woman has
what
known
she's
how to
worth.
promote her career from the word get. And, you know, you can't fault her for that. If
No.
she's going to make herself part of the zeitgeist, then she should.
And she's
Sell some
smart enough.
arenas.
She's smart enough to know that she
Yes.
needs to stay on social media. I mean, for someone we thought we'd seen the end of, look at Megan fucking Trainor. She is everywhere.
Everywhere.
What about her?
And you know
I don't
what?
get it.
Good on you, honey. You go
Yeah.
for it. You do that dance for the rest of your life and go, here's a couple more million because I wrote the song. Yeah, what's going on? Like, you dance, bitch.
It's all about the bass was on airwaves for 3.5 years, wasn't it?
Yep. And now
Mhm.
I made you look. It's everywhere.
I don't know.
It's
what you're
a bit
talking
of a
about.
bop. Jeffrey, you would know it. You would have seen
It's
it.
very
Everyone's
bop.
doing the dance.
Yes.
Everyone's doing the dance, Jeff.
Yeah.
But good on you, Megs. More pop music drama? Do we have daddy issues?
No.
Do I know?
Because
Oh,
Billy Ray
God.
Cyrus's new girlfriend / fiance.
Who is that?
This is Fire
Billy Ray
Rose.
Cyrus.
This
She's
is
an
Billy Ray
Australian.
Cyrus.
Like the
That
guy
is
from-
not Billy Ray Cyrus.
That is
it
Billy
is.
Ray Cyrus with face work, with lots
Doesn't
of
he
face
look like
work.
the kid you graduated from who smoked too much pot and now works at the comic book store?
So
Somebody
Six-
fucked with his achy breaky heart.
hold on for it. The 61-year-old
He's older
singer
than 61.
put up selfies on
He's older
Instagram
than 61.
with his 28-year-old Sydney-born girlfriend / fiance now, Fire Rose, who he met on the set of Hannah
Of
Montana.
Hannah Montana.
Over 10
Oh,
years
it's
Yeah.
ago.
disgusting.
Ooh.
It's not okay.
That's
It's not okay, Billy
fucking
Ray.
No, it's not.
gross.
Talk about getting your
Oh.
kids some therapy. Where's Miley?
Yeah, how old's Miley?
Someone called Mia Farrow, quick! She knows how to deal with this shit. Like,
Oh
Come on.
God!
It's not okay.
it's not okay. And they look like they share the same surgeon.
I think there should just
Look
be
at
a
him.
rule: if you knew somebody when they were underage, you can't fuck them.
Right?
If you met somebody on the set of your daughter's TV show, you can't fuck them. If she's never heard achy breaky heart, bro, she's too fucking
I'm sure she's
young
heard.
for you.
I'm pretty sure he like fucking sings.
Yeah.
I'm sure he loves it.
Ugh.
It's like, no, it's not okay. Like, it's just creepy. It's creepy.
gross.
It's
and-
creepy.
Him and that fucking
It's way
mullet.
creepy.
Oh wait, Miley's only 29, so he's younger. She's younger than Miley by a year, and she's going to be her stepmom.
Ugh.
I know.
Let's see if it happens.
Yeah, he might
I'm
get an
sure it
achy.
will.
She might have to
still
sign an
creepy.
achy
It's
breaky
still creepy.
prenup. You never
Like,
know.
I mean, okay, I get age is but a number and shit, but I'm like, okay, 39. What the fuck do I have in common with a 20-something-year-old? Nothing. Nothing.
Yeah. That's just like,
Jeffrey.
I feel like 10 years Either
What?
side.
When I met you, you were a teenager, and we have been friends for years.
Yeah, friends is one thing, but we weren't fucking.
No, we weren't. That's true.
You know what I'm
That's
saying? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, to be in a relationship and live with and to do all that now, I just,
No.
I mean, you know, whatever, to each their own. But I mean,
No.
to have that big of an age gap. You know what I
It's
mean?
not
Well-
the most obscene age gap we've seen, though.
Because
No.
we're going to talk about another age gap right now. Speaking of turning back time,
Mhm.
Cher.
It's
Okay,
not
fuck you for
okay.
bringing this up right after him, because of course we're all going to be like, oh well, fine, fuck it, yeah, go on, it's Cher.
I'm down
And
for
then we're
Cher.
a bunch of fucking hypocrites because she's a woman and he's a man. Fuck you, Steve.
I'm doing my job.
No,
you,
I-
you wanted even arguments. So Cher has stepped out with her new love, 36-year-old music producer Alexander Edwards.
He's in his
But
30s.
Yeah.
He's
isn't
a
she in
grown
like
up.
her 70s?
She is 76.
It's
There's a
fine.
40-year age gap.
Yeah,
That's
she
what
is.
he's
Too
doing.
much.
It's fine. He's in his
But-
30s.
As you just said, he's 36. He's not 21. He's nearly 40.
See?
You've had a life. You know what you do. He's actually
He also,
And
she
it-
did not know him as a child.
Yeah.
no. She
yeah,
was
and that's the point.
I think
and
the
Cher
key
knew everyone
factor
as a
is that
child.
He knew her as a child.
Yeah, that's the
When
fucking
she was
creep
doing
factor.
a TV show
Yeah.
with
With
his
his child.
daughter.
With his
That's
own
the
daughter.
creep factor here.
Yeah.
Cher did not know this young man as a child. You know? And
Or as far
Cher's
as
a
we
little
know.
better preserved than Billy Ray.
And let's face it, I don't really care. Cher
Well,
can
yeah,
do
and
no
I think
wrong.
too, though, I think from 28 to 36, you'll learn a lot.
You learn a lot.
I think, you know what I mean? There's a lot of
I
things
think
that
when you
change.
hit 30, that 30,
Yeah.
the 30s
Oh, I
are
had
like.
an entire second childhood at 32. I did.
But you've had enough life to
divorced at
know.
32.
You've had enough life to know to not make hopefully the same mistakes again. Like this other girl. Well, she's 28. We can't really call her a girl. This other woman.
What's that song? Old enough
just
to know
like,
better, young enough to do it anyways.
That's Vera's theme song. But to
Vera,
be
what's the youngest age you'd fuck?
At this age,
Yeah.
right now,
Yeah, 22.
no.
Okay, come on. If he had a 6-pack, 12-inch dick, come on. You wouldn't fucking bang him?
If he had a 6-pack and a 12-inch dick, I'd be afraid of him.
Oh, really? Okay, what about 10 inches?
Oh look, that's debatable.
And you know what? I would still be intimidated as hell. It's a lot of, you have to feel secure in yourself to get naked in front of people you don't know.
Yeah, I understand that.
You know, I would be intimidated
Give me
as
enough
hell.
tequila, I'll get naked in front of anyone. It's their fault, not mine. I'm like, it's
Yeah.
their issue. Fuck it.
Yeah, I think there's a trick. That's Trixie Mattel quote. If people want to fuck me, that's their business. You know what I mean? Like,
Ah!
and Trixie is 100% right. If you want to fuck me, that is your business. I'm just like, this is me. This is how it comes. Like, this is what it looks like at the moment.
Yes, and
Deal with it.
but
That is a great.
you know what?
philosophy.
Since
Yeah.
nobody's asked in a long time, guys.
It's
So
COVID,
it's a
it's
question
happened.
anyway.
Well, maybe you got to start, sticking your veg out there a little more. Be like, hey,
Yeah,
girl.
stop flashing
Get
past
on-
your hands, Vera.
Get on Bumble, Vera. Be like, woo!
Yeah, let
100%.
that girl air her out.
Yeah. Throw the kitty to the wall for spring.
I was
She's
about
out.
to say, kitty's out, Vera. Let's get it done.
There we
I
go. Next
want to pet your
time.
pussy. Show it to
Next
me.
time one of us.
You can't
Next
see
time
it
one of us
under
is
my
near
belly.
Vera, we're setting up a Bumble account for her. We're gonna get Vera out there. You never know. You never know. But I wish Cher all the best. I think she deserves a little bit of you know.
Well, come
Yeah.
on. Do you really think she's thinking about getting married and like being in love?
No.
No, she's going to have
I
fun.
love my favorite Cher quote is when her mother was pressuring her. She was 40s and she's like, you got to find and meet a rich man. She said, Mother, I am a rich man.
Yeah.
More power to her. It's not creepy
Absolutely.
that she is rich, fabulous, and getting great D.
Looking good though. Like, let's be honest.
She looks great.
She copped a lot of shit in the 80s and 90s for plastic surgery, but she don't look half as bad as some of these bitches wandering around now on reality TV.
Who have
like,
paid
oh.
millions to look that bad.
Oh,
Right?
Oh,
She
Jeffrey,
looks
have
better
you
than
been
Madonna.
Jeffrey, have you been following the Housewives and Goss?
I heard they canceled.
Oh, it's going to be a bloodbath over at Beverly Hills. Let's talk about it. We'll talk about it later when everything's official. I love a bloodbath in Beverly Hills. But,
It's on
you know,
pause.
I know. Who's on pause? We'll have to see. Someone who is not on pause and who is causing a little bit of a stir here in Australia is an American, you know, she's an expat now. She works in America. But one Ms. Courtney Act has caused a bit of drama with Alex Antic. Strangely enough. He is a, I think, liberal. Is he liberal? I think he's liberal. Senator here in Australia.
Be a liberal.
Who basically is, Courtney has appeared on Australians TV's Play School. Now, he's a liberal, Australian liberal senator, and he has accused Courtney and the ABC of grooming Aussie kids because a drag queen appeared on Play School reading a story, wait for it, about a girl who chose to wear pants.
Oh my goodness.
Hello, 1950? Yes, we're here.
The 1942?
I'm like, wait, what? Wait, this is legitimately a story in 2022. But here is the quote. Here is the quote from Alex Antic. The program is rated G and has been heavily promoted on TV and on the app. Why is the ABC grooming children for this sort of adult content?
He'd be great friends with
Why is that kind of right-wing fanaticism spreading across the globe?
Well, it's
because
everybody left alone.
More credit than this shit.
Look, that crazy bullshit used to come out of one person's mouth here in Australia, and she's a red-headed racist bogan. Everyone loves.
Favorite girl.
You know, everyone loves a bit of Pauline Hanson.
Yeah, Luke's good friend.
Luke's good friend, Pauline Hanson. But now it's spreading. I can see it's insidious.
Like herpes.
It's spreading.
Ridiculous.
Like
Yes, and it's spreading across our
Also
country
Luke's
too.
good friend.
There was a
He's a
gentleman
Fox
in
News
line
girl.
at the polls, not for me, but for a friend of mine, who was standing in line on the polls. You are not supposed to politic at all within 300 feet of a voting machine. And he was screaming at anybody who would listen, and nobody stopped him. If Kathy Hochul's governor, you're going to say goodbye to Auburn. She's going to shut this town down. Auburn will be over if you vote for Hochul. I mean, and it's absurd, but
you should have just punched him, Vera.
I wasn't there. It wasn't me. But she's the first governor who's been to Auburn in my lifetime. You know?
Yeah. She's going to shut this town down, even though she's the first one to give a shit to visit.
She was here before the election. In like the springtime, she did a luncheon, a ladies' luncheon. There's a picture of Dia on Facebook with her.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. But yeah, women wearing pants is the issue.
Yes.
That is adult content. That is adult content.
Women have been wearing pants since the 30s or 40s.
Yeah, like it's part of the war effort. They got to wear pants to make the, help the boys. Wear some pants.
Yes.
Yeah.
Too much fabric.
But grooming them for what?
To wear
pants.
To wear pants. But isn't it the irony that Courtney is not A female, and B, not wearing pants when she's
Next.
reading it.
Next,
I know.
they're gonna want to wear flats, Stephen.
Oh, and they're gonna want to vote. Those ladies are gonna want to come out of the
They need
kitchen
vote.
and go to vote and
They're
get a
gonna want
job.
their own checkbook.
Oh, you can't have that.
And-
Have a diet pill to
And
lay
their own
down.
credit cards.
Yeah.
That has
How
only happened
dare.
in my lifetime. That is
How-
so recent that women in this country are allowed to have credit cards.
But this is like share stuff. This is turning back time.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, you back
Oh.
Don't I watched
Tome.
No.
Tome.
I watched a good
Snap
8
out of it.
episodes. I watched a good episodes of 8 episodes of Will and Grace on the way home. I was like,
Were they all
Sitting
Beverly
there.
Leslie episodes?
Oh, there were some Beverly
Yeah.
Leslie. And I was like,
Ah,
well.
I
Karen
thought I
Walker.
spelled gin and regret.
God love you.
Yeah.
He now goes on the shelf with Golden Girls. Golden Girls is one of the shows that if I'm feeling a bit blah about life, I'll put Golden Girls on and everything's okay. It's usually like Golden Girls, absolutely fabulous, and now Will and Grace is going to start to go like, oh no, all my shows, people are dying, yo.
Oh my god, his stuff is so in my feed on TikTok, on Facebook. It's like I can't open up social media without seeing Leslie Jordan.
I'm glad
these
he's,
days.
but look, that I think that's great. He's not going to be forgotten, and for someone
No.
who found that kind of prominence that late in his career,
Well,
you
shit.
go, well, shit, what y'all doing?
Well, shit. I'm talking about Frank, Mama.
We have to say mazel to Rebel Wilson.
Oh,
Yeah.
She got a
Gorgeous.
baby. She got a baby.
Now that's a great picture of Rebel. She looks lovely in that picture.
She does. She's lost the weight, and some may say the appeal, but we'll see.
Well, you know, they
Yes.
say, the funny people once they get skinny, they're not funny anymore.
Exactly.
Well, is she still a lesbian? Or is
No,
it-
she is. Yep. She's
okay.
no, she
Well,
is.
she just was
Who's
breastfeeding.
baby? She's still
No, it's by surrogacy. It's her biological child, but it was via surrogacy. So, you know,
I
mazel.
love that for her.
Mhm.
Yeah, look.
I think it's great
Surely-
that women can
you know
be
what?
like, "Hey, I want a kid, but I don't want to carry that shit. I don't want to fuck up my vagina."
Yeah,
Excuse
talk to
me.
the Kardashians. They like to make out like they fucking
Yeah.
carried the
I
child
wonder how
full
the
term in their
the
brain.
crazy right-wing MAGA crap people think of surrogacy. I wonder where that falls
Ooh,
into
that's
that.
okay.
Well,
because then the husband
someone's
doesn't
getting
have to look at
paid,
stretch
so-
marks.
Hmm?
As long as
Oh,
the babies
well,
are
yeah.
white, Vera. As
The
long as
babies
the
are
babies
white, I
are white.
And they
Speaking
are
of
being
some
born to rich people.
controversial rich person that and babies, Amy Schumer. I know that she, brings a lot
Joke
of feelings up in a lot of people, but
See, I
she
don't
recently
understand.
hosted SNL, and at the same time her child was rushed to hospital with RSV complications, so she spent the time. SNL, for those of you that don't know a lot about it, is a week from hell, basically, of living at the SNL offices, sketches, recording, costumes, rewrites, all that kind of thing. Throw in there, your child is pretty damn sick. She did an
Yeah.
amazing job to back it up and not,
Mhm.
and I don't think she's not the kind of the chick that would do it anyway. But this all was revealed after the fact. It wasn't a
Right.
It's not a, oh, poor me, look at how busy, look at my life. This is like, she's like, well, now that everything's done and he's safe and
Mhm.
healthy and happy, this is what we can talk about. But I have a lot of respect for Amy. I know that she is controversial in the comedy world for,
I don't
allegedly
understand why
joke
she's so
stealing, and
controversial.
She's a
she's a-
joke thief.
she's a joke thief allegedly, and she's also a chubby white woman that has
She
opinions.
is a chubby white woman, but chubby white women have made it in comedy before.
Yeah, but they're just not a fan. Poor crap.
Oh, who cares if she's a chubby white woman?
So, Jeffrey, are you still on Twitter at the moment?
Is anybody still on Twitter? Did
That's
they
what I'm
actually
asking.
see-
Is anyone still on Twitter at the moment?
we're
Because
still there. We haven't
this-
been banned yet.
There seems to
No,
be a
but
bit of a mass exodus now that
the
Elon is.
FCC contract, I was just reading it before we went on air tonight. There's something going on where they had to self govern, and the engineers responsible for that self governance all up and quit en masse today within the last 48 hours. So they don't have the mechanism to live up to that FCC contract.
It's a celebrity exodus. They're going by the droves, and of course, there's one person who had to just stick it to the man. Kathy Griffin.
Is it Kathy?
Kathy
It actually was
Griffin.
started by Valerie Bertinelli, and Valerie Bertinelli did not get kicked off, but Kathy did.
Because Kathy Griffin is the scapegoat for everything. But
Yes.
Elon tried to had her account banned for her impersonating a comedian. It's like,
yeah, Twitter's content moderation head quits his departures alarm the FTC. Yeah.
but Kathy took matters into her own hands and reinstated her mother's account. So, and her mother was, God rest her soul, was a hilarious human being. But
She's a trumper.
Yeah.
Griffin's mother was a trumper.
Kathy Griffin's mother was a trumper, and that was always some of the best comedy. But it's good to know that even though Elon,
but that whole thing was started by Valerie Bertinelli. She was doing it. She started it, and lots of celebrities jumped on. The only one, of course, getting banned is Kathy Griffin.
Of course, because people hate Kathy. You know what I mean?
I do hate her.
It's a redhead thing.
Again, I don't understand why.
Redhead.
Kathy is one of the funniest human beings I've ever seen in person. And when I saw her in Sydney, there was some kind of technical difficulty with the lights at the Opera House. And she's like, oh shit, the Secret Service is here. Fuck. Like, this was all during. It's like, I just standing there at the moment. She's like, okay, I don't know what we do now. I'm coming to see you. And she got off the stage, jumped off the stage, and just started walking around the audience.
With a follow spot?
Barely.
Yeah.
Barely. So there was one security guard that was behind her, but she was in the audience taking photos, doing whatever. This was for about 20 minutes. And then the lights miraculously came back on and the show went on. But the show went for nearly 3 hours because of that. So, there are more famous people that would have probably ended the night there, and everyone would have been like, "You're done." But Kathy's stuck in there, and she's a professional. I enjoy Kathy.
She is.
And always have. Someone else
I really do think that part of her problem, Kathy's problem, is she does not fit the traditional beauty standard. So she is easily marginalized by the establishment.
And she never has. That's the thing. She's never been she's always been the sidekick, and that was the best thing about My Life on the D List. If you ever watched that show, which is hilarious, and she owns now. Apparently, she said the other day that she bought it back, so she got some money. She got some money. She bought that whole show back, and she's waiting for. She's like, no one's interested in streaming it at the moment, so as soon as someone's interested, we'll talk about it. So, My Life on the D List, if you ever get a chance to watch it, hilarious and
very
one
funny.
Of the first reality shows.
And Alexa and try to find it so that they'll make her an offer.
One of the first reality shows that let you actually see bad stuff happen to celebrities as well. So that went through her marriage breakdown and all that kind of thing. Her father dying, all of that kind of stuff happened. And she was always with no makeup. She did it all. She was very much a trailblazer. But, she also held up a mask of Trump. Oh, no.
No.
Whatever.
Okay.
One of our favorite controversial females, though, has her time to shine in every episode. And it is that time now. It is time, ladies and gentlemen, for Vera Van. Okay, Miss V, here we go. 3, 2, 1, Van.
All right, kids. We already talked about a lot of this because it's hard not to talk about this election this week. But my favorite part about this week, and it didn't turn out great for the Dems, but it didn't go nearly as bad as we feared. There was a lot of press about the red tsunami and how it was going to take us down. And to those of us who follow politics very closely, the anti-democratic, anti-voting, white Christian nationalist arm of that Republican Party was scaring the bejesus out of us. But I think some of the funnest stuff that's happened has happened since Tuesday. And I'd like to share with you a few of the Republican pundits' comments since the red ripple or the pink ripple. Oh, it certainly wasn't a red tsunami, and it certainly was not even a red wave. It was just a little hiccup. And thank you to the American citizens who showed up and voted down all those election deniers and said, all right, we may not like the Dems, but we don't want to give up democracy. Thank you. But there were some comments that I thought I would like to share with you. The first one is just completely unhinged. And this was Jesse Waters on Fox News. And he said that the problem with this election was not that people didn't want the Republicans. It was that the single women who voted Democrat by 37 points were brainwashing all of Gen Z, that they were lesbian teachers and they were brainwashing our children. I was like, Jesse, are you real? Are you kidding me? All of us single women are lesbians? Sorry, no, we're not. 16%, that's the general population. And 16% could be some of those white women who voted for your team. I wouldn't be pissing off the women. You got to count on some of us. Another really fun moment on Fox was Peter Doocy, known as the great brain trust for Fox News. One of the pundits asked Peter, can you tell us why you think Mehmet Oz lost? And Doocy, in his unflappable best, said, because Fetterman won. Okay, yes, Fetterman won. That's the end of the discussion. It couldn't be that he kept going on air pretending to be someone who he was not, talking about, how the price of gas has gone up and how we're all shocked at the price of food, even when we went to make our crudité platter. Yeah, everybody in Pennsylvania is worried about their crudité platter, Oz. And, he right the weekend before the election, he made a big Steelers comment. The Steelers weren't even playing that week. If you're going to try to invade the state, you might want to look up the teams there. So maybe Mehmet Oz failed because Mehmet Oz failed, not because somebody did something to them. But, he's one of the election deniers, and the election deniers went down big. Another comment that I thought was really scary. This one was from Nick Fuente, who is a Fox local. I think he's in California somewhere. And he went off on the need to eliminate democracy completely. This is why we need a dictator to take over from the Jewish media who are brainwashing people into believing their nonsense and that democracy is good. We need to make sure that the Christians and the whites are running this nation. And he said this out loud, kids. I'm not kidding. If you were watching and you weren't appalled, you are part of the fucking problem. But my favorite comment this week was from the Republican pundit, Frank Lutz, who said, it's time to get rid of Trump. Enough is enough. We need to move forward. We need to learn how to win elections again with this new demographic. My thanks this day for the Gen Z who turned out in record numbers and voted for Democrats 70% of the time, even though I know we piss you off and you hate every millennial ever born and you want to kill the baby boomers. Gen Z showed up and saved democracy for this country, and we thank you. There, I vented.
Oh, Vera. Oh, dear. Because the Christians, when they run things, do it so well.
Well, there wouldn't be any lions involved this time. That we know of.
Really? Are we totally sure? So,
No,
just
I'm not.
in final news for the horror fans. Scream 6/Scream 2/ whatever we're calling it has been pushed forward 3 weeks and will be coming at the beginning of March. I only mention this because this week we finally tackled Halloween Ends on Uncensored Horror. So if you have feelings, and there was a lot of feelings flying around the room, go check out Uncensored Horror on our social media loveliness, on Facebook, on YouTube, on any of your audio streaming platforms. There's also been a bit of Power Ranger news happening, but we might talk more about that next week, because if there's one thing that we have an association with, it's Power Rangers. So we'll talk more about the Ranger of it all next week. Thank you, lovely Brooke, Vera, and of course, the ever enigmatic studio.
It looks like he's fallen asleep.
It's been real. Look, and slinging subs is hard work, baby.
I'm here.
I'm here.
You're doing
And
a
next
good
week
job,
we will
buddy.
be here. And
I
Jeff
don't know what
will.
to say. Your own nasty people read me to filth.
And you know what? Jeffrey won't be doing this again.
Oh, never.
We
I
love
that
you.
you have the good grace to laugh at yourself.
Oh yeah.
Bye, y'all. See you next week. Ballsack.